like to shake, rattle, and troll.
It's time for the award-winning Shake, Rattle, and Troll.
Yeah, kids to everybody, grab your favorite homes, me and the boys gonna shake.
A show for the serious fishermen as well as the novice looking for tips from the pros. Shake, Rattle, and Troll, brought to you by Bill Luke Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram. I-17 and Camelback Road since 1927.
Yeah, we got the power, we got the speed, we're running wide open on a midsummer breeze. Freshwater, saltwater, watch out, boys. Fast Daddy Don's gonna make some noise. It's me and the boys gonna shake, rattle, and...
Now, here's your host, saltwater fisherman, the man that fears no fish, Bass Daddy and Tournament Pro, Don McDowell.
Yeah, man. Hey, Don McDowell, welcome to Shake, Rattle, and Troll this morning. JK's in the house with us, the resident voice of moderation and reason.
Good morning, Bass Daddy. I have an announcement to make.
You do?
I do. Tomorrow morning, my father turns 93. He's listening this morning.
Oh, God love him.
Yep.
And our special guest, I guess we're going to dub you our senior military advisor.
There we go.
Yeah, Master Sergeant Dempsey's going to be upset, but that's okay. You can take him. Jesse Johnson's back with us, former special ops guy, heading up the Arizona operations for American Heroes Adventures. Good group. We're going to talk more about that as we go through the day. We're going to be talking to hopefully Rick over at the tackle shop at H&M Landing. I've been trying for 3 days to get a hold of Rick. He's just getting his self handed to him with the boat traffic.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, hey, it's that's what happens when you work at a landing. He comes in about 4:30 in the morning and just gets pounded. That's rush hour at the landing. So then we'll talk to Captain Bill aboard the Malahini boat. Tuna bite is on. Rumor has it, you're gonna love this. This is the best news I've had since last year. A giant pod of giant bluefin have been located, moving north to downtown San Diego.
Downtown San Diego, yeah.
They are on the way.
Yeah.
Now, we're trying to confirm just exactly how far they are away. I did talk to a couple of commercial guys, and they're pretty secret about what they are actually going to tell you. They're not going to give you any idea of exactly where they are. They're coming up blind.
Bluefin at this time of year.
Huh?
Bluefin at this time of year.
Yeah. Well, the big question is, where are the albacore?
Can't be far behind.
Well, they're supposed to be ahead of them.
Ooh.
All things.
That's right.
Yeah. Here's the deal.
Yellowtail,
Yellowtail. Okay, we know the yellowtail never left. That's a good thing. Jesse's about to find out firsthand. It's going to, you know what? Thank you for your service and all the good things you did, the sacrifices that you made. But you know what? It's going to do my heart good to see you bent over the rail, squealing like a 12-year-old schoolgirl, just getting your butt handed to you by a fish.
I'm sure that's about to happen, too.
It is. Trust me. JK and I will be there to feed you beer, wipe your brow, man the gaff. It's all good stuff. We did arrange with Captain Bill to get you guys out. Executive Pastor Scott Fameli from Desert Breeze Community Church has engaged with a group of, similar to your group, a group of 10 with mentors.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we've got that book for...
You know the difference between mentor and torment? Thin line, boy.
Yeah,
thin line.
Depends on what you've got hooked up.
Yep.
If it's your first fish, that's mentoring. If it's your second or third fish, tormentoring. So, good stuff. Well, Jesse, thanks for coming down today.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you engaging us. JK, we've got the ADA AAF banquet coming up May 2nd.
That we do.
Are you going to be present?
Yeah, I sure am. JK invited us down, so we're going to have a presence there and hopefully get to meet some folks and See what the association's all
He and I
about.
were talking. Is it part of the security detail? I'm just saying.
We need some, don't we?
Bob, I'm telling you.
By the way, next Sunday, in case you're not... Oh, it's Saturday. It's next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
No, 19th. 19th is Sunday.
Right.
Would you like to have dinner with me? It's $250 a person, and it's called Dinner with Wolves. We can experience the mystique of the Mexican gray wolf, one of the planet's most endangered mammals, while supporting the defenders of wildlife in Arizona's Southwest Wildlife Conservation Center at this intimate dinner that includes a guided tour of the Conservation Center from 4 to 7 p.m., $250, transportation provided from the Omni Scottsdale Resort and the spa at Monte Lucia, 4949 East Lincoln Drive. Event takes place at the Southwest Wildlife Conservation Center. $250 a piece, Donnie.
And you get a free shovel.
Yeah. I love those guys.
3D targets will be available.
Yeah. Well, before I did that, I have to go out here and participate in the Phoenix Pride Gay Parade today. So then I'll go to the Wolf meeting right after I buy a Subaru, trade my boots in for Bergenstock.
At least you didn't say. At least you didn't say the Prius. By the way, I magic mark. I crossed 280,000 last week.
280.
280.
Is it true that you put an elk in the Prius?
I
He did.
Yeah, that's pretty mega.
Mm-hmm.
That's a manly thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna have a Prius and you're gonna get an elk in the back of it, then I guess that's acceptable.
Marginally, but acceptable. Except for my pocketbook. When you average for every 60,000 miles, I average $7,000 in fuel savings. It's well worth it.
When I was working oil up in Montana, I had a Honda Civic, and I ended up getting a really nice Muley 4x4 in the back of it.
Did you?
Yeah, I had it all plastic lined. It looked like Dexter or something like that.
Yeah,
But,
it works. You can hold a whole lot of animal in the back of those things.
Yeah, so I appreciate the fuel economy, and then getting a game animal in the back of one of those.
Let's just put it this way. It's called creative packaging.
Yeah.
Well, you do have camouflage seat covers.
That I do.
Correct? All right.
Yes, I do.
All right.
He's laughing. It's true. I have camo seat covers in the Prius.
It offsets the whole Prius factor, so it works.
The Prius factor.
Toyota needs to hire me.
That's another term for the...
We could have the limited sports edition Prius.
Now, I sent you an email yesterday of a new car that gets 84 miles per
I
gallon.
saw that. It's the...
It's only got
what's it
three
called?
wheels.
The Leo?
Yeah, go figure.
Yeah. It's, Elio, yeah. It gets 80 miles per gallon, 84 on the expressway, supposedly. Only 49 in the city. But it's only 49 in the city.
You don't have any idea what that thing looked like if it got sideswiped by a ram?
Do you know, it's a roll cage. That's all it is. It's plastic with a roll cage. You're in a roll cage. And, I mean, you only seat one person in the front, one person in the back. And I wouldn't want to ride in the back for any distance whatsoever.
I don't like riding.
It's a three-wheeler. And it's got the front suspension, like a funny car does. It has that the front suspension on the drag racing, so you could take it off-roading. There's no question about that. The only question is, and it's only $6,500. That's the retail cost on it, in theory. Unfortunately, I think they're falling behind monetarily. They weren't able to get into production yet. It's supposedly coming out of Louisiana. Don't
trust them boys down there.
I read up on it last night after you sent me that link.
Yeah.
I hooked up and I read reviews and everything else on it. There were actually people who have ridden in it, and it's very similar to the ones, I guess they have them in Great Britain, something similar to that, the three-wheeler, but they were not into production and they were running behind money-wise. But there were 37,000 people all coughed up $100 a piece to be on the waiting list for them.
I'll wait.
Yeah, so will I.
Yeah. Well, we are looking at bidding on some Hummers back in New York that are coming out of mothballs.
Those are cool.
There's 10 2008 and 2009, Jesse, you're going to love this. The highest mileage vehicle was 65 miles.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
That'll be a good addition into the 5-ton you got parked on the side of the house.
One of them's got to go.
Yeah, one of them's got to go. Yep, 5-ton. You're
Domestic relations chief and staff said, you got one or you get the other, and you don't have me.
Yeah, whatever.
I know which way that home
Okay,
runs.
give us a rundown before we get sideswiped here on tuna fishing on the banquet coming up. The ADA banquet.
Tuna fishing on the ADA banquet?
We will have Shake, Rattle, and Troll is supplying a outing for two.
That's going to be awesome.
Aboard the Malahini boat.
You can't bid.
You can't drive the boat either.
Although you can drive up the bid.
I'd bid on it.
I know. That'd be a great day.
Yeah, good day on the water. Any day tuna fishing is just, it's good.
Any day fishing or hunting is better than working.
Some days you get to go for a boat ride, but you get off, and it was still a good day.
Mm-hmm.
So we have buckets of opportunity. How does that work?
Well, when you're over on the conservation side of things and you're playing on the Indian Casino's grand land, you can't competitively do any gambling. So rather than we can't have raffle buckets, so we have buckets of opportunity.
Oh, that makes sense.
That was that was my nomenclature that I picked up.
I like it.
Yeah, buckets of opportunity. So you can place these little tickets that have numbers on them, and you put them in there, and it's called the buckets of opportunity.
Okay, firearms up for bid?
Oh, yeah.
African trips up for bid?
Yep. And the buckets of opportunity will have several weapons, just so you know.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, Jesse and I are going to have fun. Yeah.
Bring your cash, boys.
All righty, hey, we're going to stand out. Thanks to some of our sponsors. When we come back, we'll engage you on the tuna fishing and a couple other questions for JK on the Wolf Update. I'm Don McDowell with
Jesse Johnson.
And
Special K.
Special K, indeed. Imagine that. Special K in a three-wheeler. Wow.
In camo.
The Prius would be depressed.
Back.
My toes in the water, ass in the sand, not a worry.
We need to change that. I got my toes in the water, my ass on the boat.
Yeah, about right.
Let's go. All righty, here's the deal. Friday's fish count was down. I think there were only 10 yellowtail caught. The fish count for yesterday was 25 anglers on the three-quarter day boat. That would have been the Malahini. They boated 37 yellowtail, 24 bonitas, and somebody was dragging the bottom and caught 4 calico bass. So for 25 anglers, that's more than a fish a stick. That's
a pretty good day.
On a three-quarter day, yeah. Good day. We don't have any totals. So I take that back. There was one full-day boat. The Legend was out. I would imagine they probably ran down past the islands a little bit. They had 20 anglers, 34 yellowtails, 42 bonitas, which are bottom end of the tuna class, and somebody was dragging the bottom. They boated 50 rockfish and another 15 calico bass.
That's a lot of dragging to get 50.
Yeah, well, that's 65. The calico bass, depending on where they are, we'll get some kind of an idea from Captain Bill if there's any patties floating around right now.
Mm-hmm.
Jumping patties are always a fun thing to do. And, that right now that's all we've got out of that. Hopefully we'll be able to talk to Rick and get his take on it. He's a good barometer of what's going on over there. So as we go through, we'll talk to Captain Bill and get some ideas on last week we talked a little bit about your personal gear bag, your bug out bag, whatever you want to call it. Just your personal stuff. Not having to do with your rods, reels, terminal tackle, and fishing stuff that you take, but you need to take. And I'll get you a list. Old clothes, definitely, because when
things that you might want to leave in San Diego.
Oh yeah, that's been done before. Just take them all, throw them in a dumpster. Blood on the deck. Yeah, it's going to happen.
Blood, slime, and everything under the sun.
Yes.
I should leave my tie at home.
Tie's optional.
Tie's optional. Okay.
Absolutely. But we'll get you fixed up. important to get your gear ready. Gowdy and the boys down at Phoenix Fishing Supply, if you need to have your reels cleaned and serviced or respooled, they're the guys to go see. Don't trust anybody else with it. That's what they do.
I need to be respooled.
Definitely.
Don't just let it roll. Just roll off the back, Donnie.
Waterboarding came to mind. I'm just saying.
I've never seen that happen before.
Waterboarding.
Right. No.
Yeah, came around the corner the other day in the bass boat, full tilt, boogity boogie. There's 6 guys out there on waterboards. It's like,
nope.
You know what? That's a good way to be a casualty. Waterboarding around the point, but anyway.
By the way, I love your brother's license plate.
That's up there with the Bad Wolf shirts. I think he's making some kind of a political statement.
WOLF8R. Wonder what that says.
It's a conservation plate.
Yeah, it is. WOLF8R.
It's like Mad Hatter. It's like Wolf Hatter.
Yeah, Wolf Hatter. There you go.
Yeah, that's it.
I understand.
The only problem is he misspelled wolf. It's WOOF.
Woof. Woof.
Yeah. So, all right, back to the tuna fishing. Gowdy and the guys down at 16th Street, just south of Camelback, take care of your reels. Have them check your brakes, your drag system, make sure it's working correctly. You will need it. So. I'm thinking.
Don't. You can do that on your own time. You got to talk now.
The opportunity right now, the way this weather pattern is, we don't know when the albacore are going to show up.
They've been geoengineered. You know that.
Yeah, no. Well, the whole thing is going geoengineered, and if you want to know about that, go to the Shake, Rattle, and Troll website. On the right-hand banner, you can click on that and learn about geoengineering and what's been happening to us this past 2 or 3 weeks.
It's all water temperature, though. I mean, we know that. Rick's always said the same thing. If the water temperature is right, they'll be there.
Yeah, but here's what's happening. They're screwing around with the weather, with the geoengineering, drying up weather, and whatever their agenda is. More control of we the people. And then they've got the HARP thing going on over there. Do you know anything about the military activity with the HARP?
I can't say that I do.
Oh, okay. Well, Kim Jong-un is very nervous that the government is going to send them an earthquake like they did to China. It's a real deal. I've checked it out as far as I can check it out. And a lot
controlling earthquakes?
Yeah, they'll send you. Well, here's the deal. Militarily speaking,
if you could send an earthquake and devastate an opponent,
yeah, we're to the point that if it came right down to it, we don't need to send troops and tomahawks and airplanes and things like that. Bomb you into oblivion. We're going to send you a drought. We're going to send you an earthquake.
Is that what we did to California?
And then we're going to send you a tsunami. Economically, you're done. You're not fighting anybody.
Oh, yeah.
You're fighting for your own personal survival.
Whose fault was the fault for the earthquake?
HARP. It's an Air Force and Navy thing. So watch the videos. It's out there. It's not just me.
What's HARP stand for?
I'll look that up on the internet. It's beyond my realm of comprehension.
He just knows the acronyms. He knows they mean bad things. That's what we need to know at this point in time.
Yeah, I mean, for the communists in North Korea, all their artillery is based in their mountains. So if you were going to send an earthquake somewhere and you wanted to degrade that capability, that'd be the way to do it.
I didn't know that. That's where they're located, is in the mountain ranges?
Yeah, they have them inside the mountains. They've got them on tracks, and then they wheel them out to, if it ever went down, to shoot at us. Or to shoot at our allies over in the Republic of Korea. But
I would suspect if you had a mountain range that crumbled, they'd lose a lot of stuff then.
Well, that was a lot of the focus for getting those ground-penetrating nuclear weapons, was to be able to get inside those and crumble those kind of pieces of terrain. So, yeah.
Okay, the answer to your question is it's a high-frequency active auroral research program, which is a ionosphere research program that was jointly funded by the Air Force, the Navy, and got to hit the click button here.
When he's reading
the University of
Berkeley.
Not a doubt. University of Alaska.
That makes sense.
It was up. There's a electromagnetic grid in Alaska that covers a bunch of acres. But anyway, I'll send you the link on it. It's pretty scary. So, that being said, I've totally lost my school. Oh, I got it.
School of fish?
No. Kim Jong-un is reestablishing the female pleasure squads.
Well, I can't imagine what that looks like in Korea. Being stationed there
for his own personal entertainment.
The female pleasure squads?
Yeah, it's kind of like the Bill Clinton era.
Oh, yeah. Boots on the ground?
Yeah, that's real slim pickings in North Korea.
All righty. When we come back, I'm not sure, but this is going downhill quickly.
Started out downhill and we're heading south.
Yeah, right up there with the Phoenix Pride Parade today. We'll be back. Sounds like Dwayne Moore.
Yeah, it does.
Everybody gathered where the river runs wider at
It
the
does.
edge of town.
Yeah.
Yep. You can catch Dwayne Monday night at the Blue Martini.
He's playing every Monday night there.
Yep, having a jam session with he and his buddies, similar to what happened out at Bass Days. He gets his buddies out there and they just have a jam session at the Blue Martini.
except that on Friday night it was a windstorm that nobody played at.
It just lasted for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they shut down for about 10 minutes. The storm blew out. It's Lake Pleasant. Blows in, blows out.
Okay.
I got an email here from one of our listeners wanting to know what I recommend for a big saltwater reel. Old school, the Penn Senator conventional. There's a lot of good stuff out. The difference is that reel is going to do everything you need to do for it. You can spool it up with 80, 100 pounds, 60 to 100, 120 pound, for your trolling rod in the really big fish.
Mm-hmm.
Retail at Cabela's are about $180. You can get them on from Wholesale Marine for $99.95. They're available on eBay, and the price fluctuates. The Penn International, the new one with the aluminum alloy frame and all that's over $500. I'm just saying. I've had.
You better use it a lot for that kind of money.
I've had two of them since the early '70s. Because the new stuff, the titanium and aluminum, all magnesium stuff wasn't out. Still catching fish. It's caught a ton of fish. Once a year, all the reels go over to Gowdy. Go here, service my reels.
Yeah.
Spool them up with this, and this. What we're going to do for you guys, we'll have a couple of rods apiece from Rick at H&M. I'll take my stuff. We'll share. We'll probably have eight rods to choose from. We'll have stuff spooled up with 20, 30, and 40 in multiples, because when you're in the heat of a tuna bite and you snap off, you don't want to stop and retire. Just go grab another rod.
Right.
You keep going. And I'm going to invite you up to Desert Breeze Community Church. I have to do a seminar, pre-fish seminar for 10 guys that have never been offshore fishing. We're putting together some videos. I have the videos. I just got to give it an organized fashion of things to do that's going to make a better trip, and a whole bunch of things not to do to make a better trip.
Yeah, that'd be very beneficial.
And then between you and I, we can share some full contact fishing techniques.
He loves doing that.
Actually, it's kind of fun. But that's the thing. Pastor Scott's been out there, and being who he is and doing what he does, he's polite, except when there's a tuna at risk. You will find the butt end of his fishing rod right in your ribs.
Move down. Over and under, over or under.
I'm coming over. God bless you. Boom. Yeah, away we go. So I'm just kidding, Pastor. He's busy, so I'm good right now.
You're lucky he can't listen.
Well, that's the thing. We talked a little bit last week and kind of got sidetracked on some stuff. It's important to keep the wind in your face and follow your line. Yeah, because the wind's, let's say it's blowing off the port side of the boat, the left side, your line is going to be going to the right. Mm-hmm. You keep the wind in your face and stay right smack in front of your line. Stay square to your rod and your line. No angles one way or the other. The downside is if you don't do that and you get bit, you're going to have 25 other guys real pissed off at you because you're going to be over on the port side. Your fish is going to be over on the starboard side. There's going to be 18 guys in between you. And you've got to get over and under, around, and through them. Odds are you're going to lose your fish.
And have a bunch of unhappy campers with you.
Yeah, well, that's the deal. I've seen 5-6 guys hooked up at the same time on the fantail and more. I've seen the whole boat hooked up, and it's just absolute mayhem.
It's chaos.
And depending on the boat, Chuck Taft's boat, you'll meet Chuck Taft. He's the last of a dying breed. He's old school skipper, and they've got 4 or 5 boats. The whole family fishes, and from a marketing standpoint, the fish count is the only thing they care about. How many fish do I have on my boat? What's the fish per angler ratio? That's how they market. If Captain Taft comes out of the wheelhouse, that's a bad thing. He doesn't come out to say, "Gee, Jesse, are you having a nice trip?" He's going to come out and he's going to ream you like you've never been reamed before. I don't care where you've been in the military. You're going to get your butt chewed, and you're not going to thank him when it's over with.
It's like the captain from Jaws.
Yeah. I'll beyond that.
Oh, okay.
You take that and times that by 10. Yeah, he comes out. He's got his arms folded, and let's just say it's a salty, colorful episode with he'll ball his deckhands out, he'll ball the customers out. At the end of his tirade, that fish will be on the boat. Odds are.
That's about all that counts.
Yep. And he's pretty cordial when you're getting off the boat, so he'll thank you for fishing with him, and his fish counts are solid, really solid.
What is the etiquette when you have that many people on the boat to be able to be moving your line around like that? For me not knowing. If it's getting away from you, you're allowed to move and get around those folks. Or?
Oh yeah,
you do the dance. It's called the shuffle.
Okay.
Yeah, it's tuna shuffle. Everybody does it. You just keep moving. Because the thing, if you're fishing with live bait, if that bait's in the water for more than 2 minutes, you need to come in and get another one.
Oh really?
Because the tuna, as fast and as frenzy oriented as they are, what you will probably see, you'll see the fish coming out of the water on the fantail. It will be trolling along. There'll be, depending on the size of the boat, probably about 6 trolling stations, and you need to stay by your rod. These guys, they're on trolling rotation. They'll be in the wheelhouse trying to get a burrito or drinking a beer or whatever the case is. The line goes off. Somebody yells, "Hook
fish
up."
on.
Boat goes into neutral, spins some wheel, goes into generally a port slide. So the boat's turning this way. The fish are coming. They're coming to the boat. And if this knucklehead over here is nowhere to be found, somebody's going to grab his rod, and there'll be a fight for whoever puts that fish in their bag. Gotcha. Whoever lands it, that's anyway. The other guys bring theirs in. You need to be standing right on the port quarter. With me, I'm going to teach you how to fish on the slide, because you're the first one in the water. First one down through the water column with about a 3/4 ounce triangular head. We'll go over all that stuff. 3D eyes, 5.5 inch replaceable body, and an anchovy pattern, which is brown green with a white belly. Bam! You just free spool it, and when it starts running, it's the hardest thing to do. You count to 10. If you get to 3, I'll buy you a beer. You got to go 1, 2, engage, hook up, and you're on. And then there's a mad scramble for all the guys that aren't fishing on the slide. They got their hand in the bait tank, trying to get a slippery anchovy on a hook, get it in the water, get it.
Well, I've done enough parachuting to where I can count to 4. So that's the magic number for us before we pull our reserve. So I think I can make it a little past 3.
I couldn't get to 4.
You don't think?
Yeah, I know so. Anyway, we're going to pull our reserve and take a break. Thank our sponsors. We'll be back.
When I was arrested, I was dressed in black.
All right, we're back. A couple things going on. We're going to do, unfortunately, a roll call today. We've lost a soldier in battle. We'll get to that in a minute. Good news is, depending on how you look at it, this is the first soldier we've had reported officially from DOD since December of last year. Reasons why, we'll talk about that another time. But back to the tuna fishing thing. That Penn Senator, I got another email here. No, to answer your question, that is not a 2-speed reel. The Penn does make a 2-speed, and they're about $600. And I don't, I'm not a real advocate of a 2-speed. I do have an old Hydro 2-speed, not to be confused with a 1950 Chevrolet transmission called Hydro Slush. I use it, but it's a backup reel, and I haven't found it necessary if you're fighting fish over 150, 250 pounds. It's really not an asset. So, just personal opinion. So, single speed reels.
We're not going to see any fish over 250 pounds.
You don't know that, because here's the deal. What I've learned Friday is the marlin, which are unseasonably way early, are floating around Catalina Island.
Can we keep marlin?
Yeah, those guys don't come until mid summertime.
Wow.
So it is possible. The other thing is, JK, you don't know what's in the water. That's why we don't get in the water. We don't get out of the boat.
Oh.
You can be in
those shark things.
I'm serious. You can be in a consistent yellowtail bite, and the next thing you know, you got a 65-pound bluefin hanging on your line.
We're going to need a bigger boat.
Yeah.
So the next thing you hear is a pop. It's like a 22 shot going off. That'd be your line snapping.
Drag set too tight?
You won't. 20-pound test won't handle it.
That's true.
You'll
spool out.
Yeah. It's just the cap's not going to back down on it. And so you're going to stand up there like a man and go toe to toe with a fish on 20-pound line, and the other guys on the boat. Somebody's going to get if it's all big grade fish, everybody's got the gear for it. That's a good thing. And then you never know when a barracuda's going to come sliding through there. You never know when a shark's going to come sliding through there.
I've caught barracuda before.
They like to hide under the boat and eat your fish as it gets up to the gaff and take you to a whole new level. Now, fishing around the islands, seals. Seals are a big deal. Not Navy seals, but furry seals.
The real seal.
Yeah, yeah, real seal. Moving along on that, there was a moratorium on whacking seals. Unlike in the past, that was one of my back in the day, back in the 70s. That was one of the jobs I had. Was up on the wheelhouse with 30 box of shells, pop, 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 shooting seals. But now we're not allowed to do that anymore. I'm just saying, everybody did it.
I know.
I mean, it wouldn't be, and nobody cared.
Yeah.
Today, they'll make you run on the Phoenix Pride Parade if you do that.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, so. Other than that, we'll get you fixed up with another thing you're going to want to have in your tackle bag is a butt holder, a rod butt holder. JK, don't go down that road. The proper size of that will 16-ounce beer can will fit in the rod holder when you're not fishing. So
I know exactly what the circumference of that is.
Exactly.
Okay.
That you're going to need a pair of either wrapped diagonal side cutters or some needle nose pliers with the cutters on them. Mm-hmm. Needle nose, I carry both. The needle nose, I don't worry about taking hooks out. You pull your line taut, kick the fish in the head, pop the line in, and go get another one while they're putting that fish in the bag. So, and there's no need to spend an inordinate amount of money for the your tools. Harbor Freight, you know, they're like $3.99 or $4.95, whatever they are. You're going to use them one time, and I don't care how much WD-40 you put on the stuff they get in from China, Taiwan, wherever it comes from. It's junk when it comes off. By the time it gets back to Phoenix, they're rusted shut. Yep. But it's all good. If we have time, what would really be cool is to introduce you guys to the big flea market at the San Diego Sports Arena. It's acres and acres and acres of stuff. I'm serious, you can wander around there for a day.
No, the commander's going to love me when I come back from that.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's a lot of secondhand fishing stuff over there, and that's a lot of old school stuff. You pick up some vintage lures or, junk, as some would call it. And it's a good place to pick up a rod. There's guys that are upside down for whatever reason. You're just going, hey, I'm done. Here. It's out of here.
Estate sales.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Okay, as much as I don't want to do this, we're going to have to do roll call today. We had an episode last week in downtown Jalalabad, Afghanistan. A Afghan soldier turned his weapon on American soldiers that he was supposed to be working with. One soldier was killed. That was Army Specialist Wyatt J. Martin. 8 other soldiers were wounded. Army Specialist Martin, 22 years old, out of Whitensville, Missouri, died on the 8th in Jalalabad of wounds caused by small arms fire. While on an escort mission, he was assigned to the 1st Squad, 33rd Cav Regiment, 101st Army Airborne, out of Fort Campbell, Kentucky. I'm sorry. Our hearts and prayers go out to Martin's family, his unit, and the other soldiers that he served with. Freedom's got a price. We're still paying it. Give it some thought. I'm Don McDowell. We'll be back.
Call the angel flight. Come on, brother, you're with me tonight. Brother, you're with me tonight. Between heaven and earth, you're never alone. On the angel flight. Come on, brother, I'm taking you home. Come on, brother, I'm taking you home.
Brought to you by Bill Luke Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram. I-17 and Camelback Road since 1927.
Yeah, we got the power, we got the speed. We're running wide open on a midsummer breeze. Fresh water, salt water, watch out, boys. Fast Daddy Don's gonna make some noise. It's me and the boys gonna shake, rattle, and...
Now, here's your host, saltwater fisherman, the man that fears no fish, Bass Daddy and Tournament Pro, Don McDowell.
We are back. Welcome to the second hour of Shake, Rattle, and Troll. If you just joined us, JK's in the house. We have Jesse Johnson, Arizona Ops for American Hero Adventures. We'll hear more about that, what these guys are doing. Jesse's my new fishing partner. He's going to learn the nuances of tuna fishing, and to help us with that is our buddy Rick from the H&M Landing Tackle Shop. Rick, good morning, man. What's happening?
Morning, Don. Looks like your buddy's going to get a lot of opportunities to try this out this year. The bluefin are already starting to show up again. Not too much on this side of the border yet, and we're still waiting with negotiations for Mexico to open that up. But
whoa. Hold on. What are we negotiating with Mexico for this time?
Oh, just for them to open up their bluefin season. Right now they have it all closed off. So hopefully that'll open up pretty soon, and we'll be able to fish in their waters again.
Okay, how far down line are the bluefin?
Outside the Coronado Islands.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding?
Yeah, bunches of them. when the water was up. The water rolled over a little bit last couple of days. We haven't seen as much, but before that, there was lots and lots of them.
Wow.
And a couple of skiffs were running into them. A couple of guys went outside thinking they were yellowtail schools and hooked up a bunch and had to break them off at the boat. But they were there.
What's the word on the albacore? Any of those guys have been...
Nothing. No word on that yet. You look at the current conditions, as far as any prognostication can go, conditions look like it's going to be a warm water year.
Yeah.
That's generally not a good sign for albacore. But it's a real good sign. I know a couple of boats caught some yellowfin tuna already, about 130 miles down.
Nice.
So it's going to be a good tuna year, and yellowtail fishing hasn't even stopped yet.
I'm totally good with it. Totally. Yep. I like catching albacore, but
well, albacore is
bluefin's on the list.
Yeah, it's such a fun, easy fish for people who haven't fished a lot to get into.
Well, we're going to bring Jesse over. Jesse's heading up American Heroes Adventure here in Arizona. They cater to disabled soldiers physically and mentally, PTSD, all the things that are encompassed in that term.
You bet.
And he's going to be my wingman. We're going to introduce him to Captain Bill on the Malahini and get his baptism under fire over with on the Malahini. So.
Yeah, good start anyway. Yeah, it's been pretty good fishing, especially for those guys who can throw the surface iron. It's really been good.
He will be schooled in the art of surface irons, fishing the slide, and some other tricks I have up my sleeve. So
very good, very good. It's been a good opportunity.
We've got a trip booked with Wild Adventures at Heart. That'd be Pastor Scott from Desert Breeze Church. We're coming over middle of June. I don't know what the date is right now. I don't remember. What's the deal on rod rental? What's your over-the-counter price?
1 day, or for a 3/4 day, it's $17, $20 for an overnight.
And what are you recommending?
I fish with 40-pound when I'm fishing the lure on the surface, but we rent 30-pound, and that works out just great.
Are these guys a little line shy at this point?
No, not at all. I went out. Me and my buddy went out the other day, and we landed 17 between the two of us on the surface plug.
Nice.
Of course, we let them all but 5 each go, because that's the limit. But it was really good fishing, especially if you can throw the surface plug. It's a little tougher on the yo-yo right now, a little tougher on the bait, but that can change as the water warms up a little more.
Okay, JK just got that look on his eye. He goes, yo-yo? Explain the yo-yo.
Okay, yo-yo fishing is when you have a heavier lure, like a 6X Salas, 6X Junior, or Tatty 4.0 has actually been very good this year. And you don't have to worry about casting. You just drop it over the side, get to the bottom, crank it up about 50 cranks, and do it again. One of the nice tricks lately is keep an eye on your line as it's going out. A lot of these fish have been biting it on the sink.
Yeah.
So it's been a lot of fun. That flat fall jig by Shimano has been working very well. Something else to consider if you guys are out there, because they disappear a lot out here in San Diego. Last year we ran out about 2 months early on those things, so if you can snag a few back home in Arizona, grab them.
Okay, and what exactly am I looking for?
It's called the Shimano flat fall jig.
Flat fall.
And very easy fishing. You cast it out and you put your reel in free spool and they eat it on the sink.
Okay, Jesse, me, you, noon, Phoenix Fishing Supply.
I'm there.
Cool.
We got plenty at the landing right now, but maybe not by June when you get here.
Look put 4 of them in your locker.
I've got, like we did last trip you were down. I'll make sure you're taken care of one way or the other.
Okay, roger that. Yep, that's always good to have a care package when you get on board.
Doesn't hurt, does it?
No, it doesn't. It's absolutely painless. What's the bait situation this year? Sometimes that's a
mostly
consideration.
Sardine right now. Mostly sardine, and it's, varies according to the day as far as how big it is, but there hasn't been any problem with the fish eating the bait. Problem we have the hard sardine. There's a lot of small anchovy out there that the fish are eating on. You'll see them coughing them up, but they still like to eat the sardine when they're eating a hook bait.
Okay, what's optimum size for fishing the slide with soft plastics? I like using a 5.5. Is that?
Yeah, 5.5, 6-inch bait's probably the best one. I like dropping mega baits back on the slide personally, but because they last longer and they get bit real well. But make sure you got the right hooks on them.
Okay, we're looking at the butterfly flat fall. Is that what we're talking about?
That or the mega baits. Remember the ones I gave you last year?
Oh, I have those.
Yeah, that works really well, and it's cheaper than a flat fall. But the flat fall is generally better. Like say you're rolling up on a patty or something. Cast that out, let it sink. It's bit by anything that happens to swim around there. Works really well.
Nice. Oh.
Come on.
Okay, I'm going to open up. Do you have any questions, Brother Jesse?
I don't. I'm just excited to get on the water with you guys.
All right, man.
You guys are speaking a whole different language.
Yeah, JK has that glassy look on it. I love it when he gets that look.
Yeah.
Well, you know how it is. Every season there's something new trick you can play, new vernacular that you have to learn. But it's just fishing, guys.
Yeah, but you know what? All the old school stuff that you and I grew up with.
The 6X Junior still work.
Still catching fish.
Yep.
Still catching fish. What brand of reels are on your daily rod rentals?
The rod rentals, we have Penn, Shimano, and Abbott reels.
Nice. Oh, you upgraded to Abbott.
Yeah, we've had those for a couple of years, mostly for the day-and-a-half boats and longer. They've got Abbott JX 2-speeds, and we have a 65-pound Spectra backing with a 40-pound top shot. They're a little more, but, you know, when you get into that larger fish, it makes all the difference.
What's your opinion on 2-speed? I have a 2-speed. I don't use it a lot.
The older I get, the more I like it.
Really?
Yep. Because, you know, you get those bigger fish, and they're thumping you down low, and you go to turn the handle on a regular reel, and nothing happens. You drop it into low, you turn the handle, it's just like putting in a truck in granny gear when you're trying to pull something.
Okay, I haven't reached the point that I've outgrown the squeal factor yet, so.
We'll get some bigger fish on there this year. Most of the school fish we had last year, you really didn't need it. And but, you know, you get some of those bigger fish, 40, 50, 60, up to 100-pound fish.
Nice.
You'd be surprised how much easier it is. Just drop that rod on the rail, put it in low, and turn the handle.
There you go.
You really see a lot of people that haven't fished a lot using those things, and it really makes a difference for them.
All right, man. We're going to kick you loose. I'll be talking to you on Wednesday, and we'll look forward to seeing you with a couple of trips over there with Captain Bill.
Sounds good, Don. Thanks for calling. You guys need to make a reservation. You go to hmlanding.com or call us at 619-222-1144. Thanks again.
Roger that. You can go to Shake, Rattle, and Troll website and go right into the H&M website if you like. I'm Don McDowell with
Special K
and Jesse Johnson.
Yes, sir. We'll be right back.
The preacher man says it's the end of time, and the Mississippi River, she's a going dry. Is up and the stock market's down, and you're only getting mugged if you go downtown.
All right, we're back. We're still looking for Captain Bill on the Malahini. We do, however, have Captain Dave, Bravo Hotel. Copy, over.
Copy, over.
I'm here. Okay, we got you. We got you, Captain Dave. You ready for patrol?
Roger that. We are just going past the casino on 87, and we'll be at Saguaro Lake in about 10-15 minutes.
Okay, good deal. How'd your patrol turn out last week? Any issues?
No, a lot of people breaking down, a lot of first-time boaters and first time out for the season, so dead batteries, bad fuel, all kinds of situations going on. Nothing major as far as, you know, somebody being really, really stupid on the water. It's just people are pulling their boats out from beside the house from winter and heading to the lake, and, you know, they got bad batteries, they got bad fuel, they're not putting conditioner in, things like that. So boat makes it halfway across the lake and dies. We pull them back in.
Well, as we've learned, you can't fix stupid, but you can pull them back to the dock.
That's true. So we're going to be at Saguaro Lake today, and then we'll be there the rest of the month, every weekend the rest of the month, trawling and training.
Oh, training. More drill weekends.
Hey, auxiliary training, sir.
Yes, sir. Got it, Captain. Well, we had a good class yesterday. Learned a lot.
Good.
More to come on that. You guys are doing an awesome job. How many facilities do we have on the water today?
We've got 2.
Okay, we're not allowed. JK's got that look. They're not boats; they're facilities.
Facilities. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. They are platforms.
All right. Well, you just need to get a big trolling motor on that 26-foot Boston whaler. Jesse and I'll crew for you, and we'll go catch fish.
That sounds good. We'll have to try that.
I'm thinking.
Yes.
All right, we're gonna kick you loose. Be safe on the water, Captain.
All right. Thanks for calling in.
All righty, Captain Dave Flotilla 1011 on the water. Guardians of the Southwest. What can I say? All righty, back to you guys. Any questions on Rick's dissertation?
Other than he used a whole lot of terminology that neither one of us is
all right,
totally
I'm going to pass
of.
the computer. There's the megabaits.
Oh, wow.
They're basically, Jesse, what they are, they're about a 4.5-inch long chunk of steel.
With paint on them and a big trouble at the back.
Yep. It's kind of like a cripple herring, let's say. And you can...
anything with that size trouble is going to cripple you.
That's a 1/4 pound bait.
Yeah. And you'll learn how to cast it, leave about 2 feet there, you get it over your shoulder, and you bounce it once, and on the second bounce, sound like a mortar round. I know you know what a mortar round. You know that little whistle that they have when they're leaving?
Yeah.
So do these things. Yep.
Interesting, but certainly not something that I want to do on a regular basis.
Yeah, I don't want to get that caught in my ear.
Nope.
No, well, the only thing, you don't have to worry about that. You got to worry about your other fellow anglers on board.
Exactly. That's what we're concerned with.
Especially on the Malahini. You'll want to go forward, get on the walkway and kind of watch what's going on. Because back in the back, most anglers are going to use live bait. This gives us an opportunity to get past the live bait, get out to where the fish are while they're trying to get their bait out there and follow their line and do all that kind of stuff. You just got to be careful, but it's very effective. I think overall you catch more fish with less casts and less effort.
These are the casters, and then he's got the other ones that are droppers. You just drop them.
Well, you can do the same thing with those that you're looking at right there.
Really?
Yeah, you can drop them down. I've got the heavy. He's talking about the Salus or the Iron Man candy bars. Talking about fishing with candy bars. It's not a Snicker bar on a hook. So it's all good. Any of that stuff you can drop down. One of the things that I've learned, you can take a 1-ounce spinnerbait that we use for bass, and if you're up on the bow and the captain's not going to say he's got patties coming up, but I watch for patties. I'll be up on the bow looking around, seeing what's coming, and when a patty comes up, you want to be the first guy on the bow, cast in front of the patty, and your bait's going down as the boat's moving forward. And just out of curiosity, I threw a 1-ounce spinnerbait out there. Oh my God. It was like going to heaven, boy. I mean, it was like, whoa. So it's all good stuff. We're using the Rattle Magnum 18s are just good. They're good trolling baits. We'll take some. You and I'll have a trolling rod because we're not going to troll at the same time, more than likely. But it's looks like a big giant crankbait that'll run 18 to 22 feet, and it's a handful. And you got to run that on at least 60-pound test. That works well. The Mexican hat trolling lure, they call it a feather. It's got about 6 holes in the head. It's a bubbler head, and as it's coming through the water, it's blowing bubbles out. In the Mexican hat, it's got gold, green, red, and some yellow in the skirt. And I use it. It's my bait of choice. After the sun comes up, I'm trolling black and purple prior to that. But as soon as the sun breaks over the horizon, go right straight to the Mexican hat. And I don't think it's the color necessarily. I think it's the bubbles that annoy the fish. And I printed some stuff out for you, Jesse. The take home with you and study the bluefin. Just to give you an idea, they're running about 60, 65 miles an hour.
Oh man,
they're
moving.
Yeah, and they'll take a bait running that fast. You'll see them go past the boat. They're like, whew. You'll see the fish come up to the boat when they start getting in a frenzy attitude. You hear if anybody says breezers, get a bait in the water. If you got to take a rod away from me, get it in the water. Because they're
hand-to-hand combat just for the rod.
Yeah. And what'll happen? These breezers, they're feeding on the surface, just below the surface, right around the fantail and the sides of the boat. And a lot of times you put an anchovy out there, it hits the water, bam! You've got a hot fish. Whew! What a fight! And you don't have any line out. You might have 10 feet of line out.
Oh no!
You gotta.
Those
30 to
close-up
60
hookups are just scary. And
oh yeah. It'll spool you. The cool part about catching these things is you'll be out there and you'll fight it, and 20 minutes later you've got it up the boat and you see color and you go, oh, there's my fish. I got color. I need a gap. Just relax. You're going to do this 2 more times. So the first time you see it, because about the time that fish sees the boat, he didn't want to go for a boat ride. He knows what's coming.
Yeah, to go from 60 to slow him down to get him into the boat, that's got to be one heck of a drag setting on your reel.
Oh yeah. That's why drag is important. We make sure a lot of guys make a mistake. They don't back their drags off. They do it with all other fishing equipment. When you're done fishing, you need to back your drag completely off.
Gotcha.
So it doesn't. Drags have memory.
Gotcha.
And it's important to have Gowdy. I can't talk nicely enough about Gowdy and his service. Those guys at Phoenix Fish and Supply, they've got it. Just because you're in there, they're not going to upsell you. If your reel's fine, your reel's fine. If you need a plate, they're going to put a plate in there, and you're talking a couple of bucks for getting your drag all fixed up. So that's all good stuff. Hey, when we come back, we're going to talk to James Guggenauer, master rod builder, Rim Country Custom Rods. What?
Nothing. We'll get back.
Okay. All right, we're back. A couple things going on. James Guggenauer is not going to be with us today. We wish James and his family our prayers and sympathy. His mother passed away this past week, Lorraine Rose Buffington. She was born in 1929, and she passed away last week on the 6th. Our sympathies and condolences out to the family. James's fishing report is posted on ShakeRattleAndTroll.com. If we have time, we'll give you some highlights on that. But right now, we have Captain Bill aboard the Malahini. Captain Bill, what's happening, Captain?
Hey guys, how's it going this morning?
We're doubly excited. We've got Jesse Johnson here ready to come get his baptism. Boot camp. We're going to have to put you in rubber boots. Okay, back to boot camp. Yeah. JK's over here trying to figure out what a flat fall bait is, and we'll get him. But we're ready to come fishing. The pastor and his band of merry men up there, being the friar that he is, they're ready to come fishing. I'm ready to come fishing. So we talked to Rick. The bluefin, like you and I talked about yesterday, they're just south of the islands.
Really?
Yeah, and there's some discussion going on, negotiating again, like we always have to do with the damn Mexican government. They think they belong to the Mexican government, but those are our bluefin, so we ought to just be able to go catch them. What are your thoughts?
That's I don't know. That's a touchy subject. They have a 200-mile economic zone that we have to respect.
Why?
Because
they don't respect our international waters.
Well, the U.S. has the same thing, and I'm not speaking up for the Mexican government, but they're copying what the United States is doing. The United States put a moratorium on how many sand bass you can get, how many calico bass you can catch, and size limits, just like the U.S. did. And it looks like the U.S. is getting here and going to try and tell us that we can't fish for sardines, that they can't harvest sardines or anchovies because the supply is being deleted because of the wild animals are starving and dying. If it's not one thing, it's another.
It is. Well, if the bluefin show up in American waters, we can catch them, correct?
I do believe they made the catch limit 2 per angler.
Really?
I do believe that was the last memorandum that I saw that came down from
if I catch 4,
Association of San Diego.
You've got 2 and I got 2, just so you know.
Yeah, it worked.
Yeah. You got 50 guys on board. That's 100 fish.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Honestly, if I could be frank,
you're the captain. You can be anybody you want to be.
40 to 50 pound bluefin is to take home is ridiculous.
Really?
I call that a winter of content.
Yeah.
And
we live in the desert. We're not over there where you are. We don't have an unlimited supply of fish coming off of our boat because we don't have a boat.
I understand that, but the reason why I say that, I see most people, getting up to the top of the dock and giving stuff away. Well, that's illegal, technically.
Oh yes, that
I'm
is.
going to the dock.
No, you have to be.
Hang out at the dock.
At the dock, you'll get a fish if you're Chinese, Vietnamese, Greek. The old Greek guys, they're not around too much anymore, are they?
We sat there and we went through this about 3 years ago with our passengers catching barracudas. And the only reason why they were catching barracudas was to win the jackpot. And you'd be surprised how much we have limited the bycatch from the barracuda fishery because we got rid of our jackpot.
Really?
We encourage, you want to catch barracuda, that's fine. But at least eat them, try them.
Oh, I do. Barracuda?
They taste,
man.
They taste nasty.
No, they're horrible. Not nasty.
Dude, you know what I did one day? Honestly, Don, I sat there and I had my cook grill up some barracuda.
Yes.
And walked around the boat with a plate full of it. Everybody on the boat tried it. This one guy that told one of the other passengers that was from out of town that barracuda was the nastiest fish in the world.
I'd have fired the cook.
No, not the cook. One of our passengers.
Okay.
He ate a piece of the barracuda. He thought it was yellowtail. He goes, "Oh, that's really good." I said, "Yeah, it's not yellowtail, by the way. That's barracuda."
There you go.
His jaw dropped. And he looked at me.
Oh man!
I told him, I says, "You have no idea." But I mean, we used to come back to dock with 200-300 barracuda, and we come back down from the after handing out the fish with 3 or 4 bags full of barracuda, and I'm talking about gunny sacks. Sad, dude. It was very, very sad. We got rid of the jackpot to solve that problem.
Yeah, well, they're going on the grill at my house.
Oh, they're not bad eating fish, man.
If you can eat a javelina, you can eat any fish.
That don't even go down that road.
Okay.
I don't care how you do a javelina. It's like cooking an armpit with hair on it.
I'm going to leave that one alone.
Yes, sir.
Okay, on the fishing, if I may.
Please do.
It's been up and down, spotty for the most part. Good scores on Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday was kind of so-so. Thursday was okay. Friday really sucked for us. It was horrible. And then yesterday it was, I think we wound up with 37 to 38 yellow. So up to, I want to say 28 pounds,
wow.
30 pounds, something like that. And then today we did not get off the dock because we had some minor issues with our generator. We'll be back online tomorrow and running again as regular, I'm hoping.
Yeah, boy.
If we get a belt and a pulley. Yeah, that was it. But we didn't have another pulley on the boat. So we canceled with 15 people. They went next door. Hopefully they get them today. But I mean, it's been up and down. Typical springtime fishing. Seriously.
No, Jesse, do you have any questions for the good captain?
What do I need to know as a first-time fisherman going out there? The most important thing.
Have a good attitude.
Yeah, okay, I can do that.
We got a negative prepared. On that
one. Be prepared to have fun, regardless if we catch fish or not.
Awesome.
You know, I think that's half the battle right there. You know, catching fish is a product of having a good time. That's
nice.
The best way I can. That's the best way I can explain it.
Well stated.
As far as setup, I anywhere between 6 to 8 foot rod, yo-yo iron. Basically, it's a 6 to 8 ounce lead weight with a treble hook on the end of it. But it's not a weight; it's actually like a surface plug because it mimics something coming up from the bottom, getting away from something. And you give a bunch of these jigs working the water column as you're coming up, it's going to attract the fish. Fish are going to come up and chew on them, pretty much, in a nutshell. There's been some surface fish that have been caught, you know, the past week and a half. I think Wednesday we had, how many fish did we have Wednesday? I can't remember how many fish we had Wednesday. But, I mean, there was one guy that had 6 on the plug, or in the surface lure, if you will. Basically, if you're going to fish a surface lure, you're going to have 40-pound test line, Caddy 45, which is a type of jig.
Yeah.
Tied to the end of your line. You cast out. I actually started using wire on the end of my 45 tied to a ring that's tied to my line.
Really?
It makes the jig swim so much better in the water. It's kind of weird. But, yeah, I mean, it just moves like, oh, my God. That's even better than with just by itself. But, yeah.
All right, we're going to wish you a good day, Captain, and I'll be in touch with you next week. We're going to book a couple of trips with you, and we'll talk next week.
All right, Don. Hey, did you ever send me that email?
I'll get that out this afternoon.
Okay. Guys, it's a pleasure talking with you, and we will see you next Sunday, right?
Roger that.
We'll talk to you next Sunday.
Yep.
All right, bud. You guys
Absolutely.
have a great day.
Captain Bill on the Malahatee. Book your trip at hmlanding.com. Call them 619-222-1144. I am Don McDowell, and you are?
Novice K.
And Doc Holliday.
Doc Holliday. That's a fishing name if I ever heard one. We'll be right back.
She's riding coast in Steamboat Springs. I headed into town. I was in need for a new alarm clock, and a rooster finally hit the ground.
All righty, we're back. We're going to get this thing wrapped up. Jesse, you want to talk a little bit about American Heroes Adventures?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm running the Arizona chapter of the operation down here, and what we're doing is specializing in outdoor adventures for disabled veterans from the not just the current conflicts, but any veterans. And we do hunting and fishing adventures with those guys, and just try to give them some kind of different, exciting activity to do, and get them out, whether it's hiking, rafting, hunting, or fishing. And Troy's got hunts lined up. Troy is our the national president and the founder, and he's got hunts lined up worldwide at the moment. So we're looking at taking any kind of veteran that qualifies and put them through a little interview process, and then we go out and we take them out, not just in Arizona, but like I said, there's hunts nationwide and worldwide. So it's pretty exciting. It's a really good positive charity that gives 100% back to the veterans. It's not one of the kind of wannabe charities.
Yeah, black hole for money. Absolutely. JK, we're going to have Brother Jesse down at the Deer and Antelope.
Yeah, we've got a table set up for you.
I'm excited.
Yep. See a lot of good people coming into that thing.
Yeah, good deal. And this is an opportunity for guys to, donate a tag if they know they're not going to use it to AHA. Would be a good time to do it. Final details on the banquet coming up.
May 2nd, we're going to be there. It's going to be at Wild Horse Pass. The food is great, and we're going to have a ton. This year we've decided to go away from a general raffle because the casinos don't really like to have us use that word. So what we're going to have would be probably about 50 buckets of opportunity where you can place these little tickets in there, and if they happen to pull the ticket that has your number on it, then in that bucket of opportunity, whatever the item is yours. So there will be a lot of buckets, and there will be a lot of weaponry that will be available, along with some kick-butt prizes. So
nice.
And for those who decide that they would like to bid on some of the live auction items or the silent auction items, we're going to probably have 30-plus live auction items, which includes the mule deer tag. So if you have a spare $300,000 in your pocket and you would like to bid on that tag, you can.
Yeah, I don't have that extra $300,000, but yeah, you can sit on that tag.
Yeah. Well, it went for $320,000 in Utah a month ago. And so we're hoping that it goes for close to those numbers again, because it all benefits, the whitetail and mule deer herds of the state of Arizona.
Yeah.
So, and by the way, we also have the Coos deer tag, we're covering all the bases in terms of the deer in the state of Arizona. These tags are super beneficial for all the projects that we're putting on, and my push this year personally is to see that there's more projects up in the Strip, 13A and 13B.
Right.
Because that is the only area that everybody goes to hunt when they have one of those tags is 13A or 13B. And so we're going to try and make sure that we increase and maintain the habitat standards that are necessary to keep that genetic pool going.
Do you have any tags donated thus far?
No, not at the moment. And Arizona's been really good to us with the way that they've worked the law with if we have disabled veterans and folks have been drawn and they can't use those tags, then they're totally allowed to sign that over to the charity, and then I will assign it to a qualified veteran.
And it's going to only get better with the tag surrender program now, too.
Yes.
I think you're going to see more opportunities coming.
Yeah.
Well, I think, did I learn a couple of weeks ago you had 16 tags donated last year?
Yeah, last year I believe it was 16 elk tags. So that was a fantastic opportunity to bring in guys from all over the United States and get them an opportunity to hunt some Arizona elk. So we're, my goal this year is to get us up past 25 or get us into 32 and double that number, and then facilitate all those hunts for those veterans. So we're pretty excited about it, and it's just a great opportunity to get the guys out here. Cause
if you get any early season trophy rifle bull tags in, let's see, 22, 23, 4A, 4B, 1, 2, 27, I'll be more than happy to be a cook or glasser.
Yeah, absolutely. So if guys think they're qualified or whatever, they just need to send me their hunting license and a copy of their DD-214, and I put them in the queue and get them scored away. So
when you're talking to Jesse, the proper term is Doc. How about your Huckleberry?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize I looked like a lunger, but it must just be the mustache.
It's the stash. That'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll get something up on the website for you guys. We'll also post if I can get a hold of Doug. I know he's getting ready to go on a cruise and do some vacationing. Get that up on the website just as quickly as we can, and do what we can to make sure that folks know about the donation opportunity. Anything to add finally on your side?
Yeah, yesterday we met with the Arizona Game and Fish Department and the commissioners, and they approved the hunt recommendations for deer for this year. I expect to see the regs will be out online probably within the next 3 to 4 weeks, And then the hard copy will be available for all of those who like to just stare at, opportunities and numbers and where they are. We're going to have more tags than we've had in the past. There will be more rifle tags than there have been in the past. A little bit less on the archery. However, the good news is that for those people who really like to hunt the rut in January, this year they're opening up units 1, 2A, 2B, 2C, and 4A for January hunts, over-the-counter archery tags.
Ooh. Oh, wow.
That's a first.
Yeah, boy.
That's the first time we've had it up across the rim country, and so there's a whole lot of people who are going to have some fun with that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And real quick, you can follow this up on the ShakeRattleAndTroll.com. The bass fishing on Roosevelt this past week was excellent. The fish continued to either spawn or post-spawn, chasing a large variety of baits very aggressively. Most any of the crankbaits and topwater baits are working. It's all good. And then there are some guys dragging worms, Texas rig, or drop shot, robo worms, salt river craw, 15 to 20 feet, and just pound them. It's all good.
You're going to go out there pretty quick, aren't you? To the motor,
yeah,
right?
Yep. Yeah, we're going to try to fire the hot rod today and get all the kinks finally out of that. Everything's done. I just got to blow them off.
Clear the cobwebs.
Cobwebs, yeah, moth webs, yeah, whatever. So,
I thought you were talking about the Prius again when you said hot rod. I always get confused.
Jesse, I got to defend JK just a little bit. I've done it in the past, and I'll continue to do so just because I've given
rode in that
so
Prius.
much crap. 4 of us went up to Pine Top. That thing's like 85 miles an hour up the hill, 85 miles down the hill.
I filled up in Pine Top. No, we did not.
You didn't. You filled up when you came back.
Yeah, I filled up. I drove all the way up to Pine Top, the Honda Casino, and came back with that load of guys and never had to refill.
And you just plug it in while you're at the casino? Or
no, it's gas. It runs on gas.
Oh, all right.
But we were getting 60 miles for the gallon.
And we went through 3 bags of
he gets
trail
in
mix for
the Prius, and I go, "Where are the apples?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "What? What apples?" I said, "Where are the apples?" He goes, "What are you talking about?" I said, "I got to feed those hamsters with 3 of us in here."
Yeah, I just I'm really amazed.
Hey, it's lasted a long time.
It's all good. One final invitation. We've got some elk tags. You're welcome in our camp anytime.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. So
looking forward to this season.
If you're not busy that first day of archery season, I know his son's going to be going, now.
Oh, yeah. That's all he's doing. He's got a rifle range built or an archery range built in the backyard. He may be shooting bullets too. I don't know. Gene pool's pretty shallow in my family.
No, he's going to have fun.
He's going to be ready. Yeah.
There's nothing in the world to me better than being out during the rut when they're screaming and start calling them in and they come in close. Those close encounters at 15, 20 yards when they're hunting and grunting and doing all their stuff and spraying. It's the end of the world. Boy,
nice.
That's the best thing in the world.
Yeah. All righty. Well, my task next week is to get over to Roosevelt, get the bass boat blown out, get Jesse a white knuckle opportunity, and we'll take it from there.
Amen.
All right, hey, like us on Facebook. Check out ShakeRattleAndTroll.com. Send your question emails in. We'll try to get them answered for you as quickly as we can. Build it, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram. Every month is Truck Month. I-17 West Camelback Road. I'm Don McDowell.
Special K.
And Jesse Johnson.
Jesse, thanks for coming. Hey, take your kids fishing, hug your bass boat. Salute a soldier. We're out of here.